Okay, so we have been looking at this algorithm A star, and it's an interesting algorithm, importantly because it always finds us the optimal path. We say A star is admissible, and we found that there were certain conditions for admissibility. One was that the branching factor is finite. The other was that every edge has a cost at least equal to some small constant which we call as epsilon. And the third was that the heuristic function uh, is always underestimating the actual distance, and we had seen that this was written as h of n is always less than equal to h star of n. But we had also seen that in the A star algorithm, uh, you could find better paths to nodes which are already on closed essentially. Now, we will look at another condition on the heuristic function, which is called as a monotone condition or the consistency condition. And the consequence of that is going to be that, like the Dijkstra's algorithm did, A star 2 will now find the optimal path to every node it picks from open essentially. What will be the consequences of that? The consequences of that will be that, in fact, that case 3 that we had in A star, where we said that the new node is on closed and then you do propagation, all that will not be necessary. But we will also see that the consequence of that will be to look at algorithms in which we can afford to even prune the closed list, but we will come to that later. So, let us look at this monotone condition first. The monotone property or the consistency property for the heuristic function is says that for a node n that is a successor of a node m on a path to the goal being constructed by the algorithm A star, using the heuristic value h of x or h of n, the difference between the heuristic value of the two nodes. So, remember that this is S somewhere, and then on the path somewhere there is M, then the next node is N, and then somewhere is the goal. So, the difference between the heuristic values h of m minus h of n is less than or equal to the cost of that edge mn. So, this is the cost of that edge connecting m to n. If this condition is satisfied, then we say that the monotone condition or monotone property holds essentially. So, this means actually it is true for any nodes m and n connected by an edge, because really the path being explored depends on how good your heuristic function is. So, a path could be through any combination of nodes. So, the heuristic function underestimates the cost of each edge. If that is the case, then we say that the consistency property is satisfied. So, here is a same graph that we had seen earlier, or at least a part of it, and we can see that irrespective of which two nodes we pick, in this particular example the monotone condition is indeed satisfied. So, remember that every square is 10 kilometers, and we are using the Manhattan distance essentially. So, if you see h of a, the node h and the node O, so h is here, O is here, the Manhattan distance is, the difference between the Manhattan distance is 20, because h has a value of 120, O has a value of 100, the difference is 20, and this is less than 23, which is the cost of the edge connecting H and O. In fact, this whole example we have constructed so that the monotone condition is satisfied. You will, if you inspect the graph that we have drawn, you will see that the actual edge cost is more than the Manhattan distance between those two nodes essentially. So, this graph has been constructed like that, which means that this graph satisfies the monotone condition. You take any two nodes, you look at E and B, you will see that E is here and B is here. One has a H value of 120, the other has a H value of 110, and the difference is less than the actual cost, which is 33. and likewise for other nodes like h of L and h of P, h of S and h of U, or even h of U and h of S essentially. Of course, in this case it is minus 20, here it is plus 20, but in both cases it is less than the h cost, which is 21 essentially. So, even on an optimal path to the goal, the difference in h values is less than the h cost. If that is the case, then we say that the monotone condition is satisfied. So, the first consequence of the monotone condition is that we always have non-decreasing f values. So, we already observed that in the examples that we saw that A star, the f values were decreasing, and now I have already told you that the h costs were chosen always in our example graphs, so that they were always larger than the Manhattan distance between those two nodes. So, we had chosen a graph with monotone conditions being satisfied, and we had seen that f values will increase, but we can see that this can be done as follows. So, given that we started from S and we can add the term g of m. Remember, the g of m, the g value depends on the start node, the h value depends on the goal node essentially. So, given that we are talking about this algorithm A star, we know what was the start node. So, we know what are the g values. So, we can add a constant amount g of m to both the sides here. So, this equation is same as what we had written in the previous uh, slide, except that it has been rearranged. We have taken h of n to the other side essentially. So, we have taken this h of n from here, it has come here, and then we have added g of m to both the sides, and since n is a successor of m, we know that g of n is equal to g of m. So, the cost up to m plus the cost from m to n. So, this equation holds, as a consequence of which we can see that this inequality holds, that h of m plus g of m is less than equal to h of n plus g of n, which means the f value is increasing as you go towards the goal. Remember, n is more closer to the goal essentially. So, what we will now show is that when the monotone condition is satisfied, then at the point when A star picks a node n, at that point g of n will be equal to g star of n, which means it would have found the optimal path to that node n. Not just the goal node. The goal node we showed that A star is admissible. Now, we are saying that every intermediate node also it will always find the optimal path. So, let us say that A star expands node n with a cost of g of n, and let the g of n not be optimal. So, then again by contradiction we will show that that cannot happen. So, let L stands for last here, NL be the last node on the optimal path from S to N that has been expanded, and that N of L plus 1 be the successor of N of L, and that must be on open. So, this is how the graph looks like. As you can see, I have shown two paths going from start to N, and the path on the top, which has N of L, N L and N L plus 1, is the optimal path. So, we know that this is the optimal path to the goal, and on which N L was the last node expanded, which means its successor was on open essentially. And we are making the assumption that our algorithm is picking this node N maybe through a different path, and it is about to pick this node N. But we have already or we have also said that the optimal path to N contains a node N L which we have inspected, and a node N L plus 1 which we have not inspected essentially. So, how is this possible? So, this is we continue with the proof. So, given that we have already shown that the f values are increasing values for on the optimal paths to the goal, we can see that we can re-expand these to h and g values. So, here we have re-expanded them, and here we have replaced g of n l plus 1 by g star, because we have said that these are on the optimal path. So, its g values must be optimal. So, here also we have reduced both G of n, both for NL and L plus 1, we have said that this is true essentially. So, by transitivity of this inequality, the above property holds for any two nodes on the optimal path. So, in particular it holds for this node NL plus 1 and node N. So, we had said that this node NL and L plus 1 were on the optimal path to the node N. So, this property must hold for them, which is that the heuristic value of L plus 1 and L plus 1 plus the optimal path to that node is less than or equal to the N, because N is further down towards the goal node. So, we can rewrite this as this part has reduced to the f value, because it is on the optimal path. This is equal to the actual f value of the this thing. Remember that h is not star, it is only g which is star essentially, because we are talking about optimal paths. But since A star is about to pick node n instead of n L plus 1, so we said that this node is on the optimal path, this node n L plus 1 is on the optimal path to n, but without having looked at n L plus 1, A star is about to pick n essentially. So, that means f of n must be less than or equal to f of n L plus 1, because that is how A star operates, which we can rewrite as saying h n plus g n is less than or equal to f of n L plus 1, which is equal less than or equal to h of n plus 1 and g star of n L plus 1 essentially. G star why? Because G star is we know that that is on the optimal path to the node n essentially. We have already shown that there is this inequality which holds, and which means that we know that h of n plus g of n is less than or equal to h of n plus g star of n, and we can cancel h of n from here. So, we get g of n is less than or equal to g star of n, which means g of n equal to g star of n, because it can never be less than the optimal path. So, we have shown that it is less than or equal to, because of the fact that it is about to pick this node n and not pick this node n of L plus 1, but this only means that g value must be equal to this value, which means that they must be of the same cost, the same optimal cost essentially. So, when the algorithm is picking this node n, so this, what does this mean? That these nodes L plus 1 and this thing, they must be having the same f value essentially, that going from n L plus 1 to n, it must not change, and maybe n L plus 1 is the same as this node n essentially. So, we just simply say that let us say that it is picking this node n at some point, and let us say that there is some path to it which is optimal, and then we showed that the path it must have found to n must also be optimal essentially, which is the optimal cost. The consequence of this property is that our interest in closed becomes less. For A star, the interesting consequence of searching with a heuristic function satisfying the monotone property is that every time it picks a node for expansion, it has found an optimal path to the node, and that is what we just saw, that g of n equal to g star of n for every node that it is picking. As a result, there is no necessity of improved cost propagation in closed. That was the case 3 in this algorithm A star. We do not need to do that anymore. So, we can simplify our algorithm, because A star would already have found the best path to them in the first place when it picked from open and put it into closed essentially. Next, we will look at a problem which in which pruning of closed will be desirable, This is the sequence alignment problem from biology, and it gives us a motivation for devising algorithms in which the closed list can be pruned essentially.